In the Kursk region, Ukrainian assault units have advanced closer to the village of Teotkino. The 225th Assault Regiment reported that its forces successfully captured a Russian company strongpoint. This strategically significant position was well fortified with defensive structures, including bunkers, trenches, and multiple firing positions designed for a circular defense. For several days, Ukrainian artillery and FPV drones targeted the position. After that, the infantry launched an assault. The video captures the final stage of the battle. The assault troops of the 225th Regiment throw grenades, explosives, and even timed anti-tank mines at the fortifications, finishing off the remnants of the defense and taking control of the position. Just yesterday, this was a strong resistance point. Now, a massive crater and enemy bodies in the ground, the soldiers reported. According to OSINT analysts from War Archive, the position is located east of the village of Tyotkino, which is situated near the Ukrainian border. Ukrainian defense forces have attempted to seize Tyotkino more than once. Last year, units of the Russian Liberation Forces, fighting alongside Ukraine, tried to dislodge Russian troops from the village. President Volodymyr Zelensky reported that the Kursk operation is preventing a significant number of Russian troops from being active on Ukrainian territory. Ukrainian motorcycle units are also being deployed for advancements in the Kursk region. Recently, the newly formed motorcycle company of the 425th Skala Assault Regiment participated in offensive actions on the Kursk sector using motorcycles. At high speed, the assault group overcame engineering obstacles in the form of dragon's teeth, crossed the border, broke through enemy positions, and captured them. The motorcycles also facilitated a rapid withdrawal from the occupied positions. The Russian military has resorted to new methods of concealing drone operations, constructing holes in the roofs of civilian buildings through which to launch UAVs, according to the Ukrainian armed forces. The 15th Mobile Border Detachment, Steel Border, reported on Facebook that Kremlin troops have modified civilian rooftops in Russian border settlements to serve as launch and landing points for drones, an apparent attempt to avoid detection. Steel Border scouts managed to detect several of these launch positions and destroyed them using UAVs, the report said. A video shared by the unit, whose location and time Kyiv Post could not independently verify, shows Ukrainian FPV drones striking the concealed sites. The footage appears to confirm the destruction of equipment and possibly along with drone operators. Interestingly, on Tuesday, Ukraine's security service head Vasyl Malyuk revealed similar tactics were used in the Spiderweb operation, which targeted Russian strategic bombers. According to Malyuk, the SBU transported FPV drones into Russia, hidden in mobile wooden houses fitted with remotely opening roofs. Once in place, the drones were launched through the opened roofs to strike their targets, which included Russian heavy bombers. Ukraine's Operation Spiderweb, a long-planned drone strike on 5 airbases deep inside Russia, was hailed as a major success by President Volodymyr Zelensky and SBU head Lieutenant General Vasyl Malyuk. AI-enhanced kamikaze drones, smuggled into Russia and launched from cargo trucks, hit bases in Murmansk, Ivanovo, Ryazan, Irkutsk, and Amur, catching Russian defenses off guard. Kyiv initially claimed that over 40 strategic aircraft were destroyed or damaged, including 2 95s, 2 22s, and an A-50, with estimated losses reaching up to $7 billion. However, Russian sources and analysts quickly disputed those figures. OSINT expert John Helen suggested only about 10 bombers were destroyed, citing limited satellite evidence. A June 2nd update from Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council confirmed 13 aircraft were fully destroyed, with more than 40 damaged. The UK's Daily Telegraph corroborated at least 8 Tu-95s and 4 Tu-22s destroyed. Spiderweb followed rail and bridge sabotage in Bryansk, Kursk, and Zaporizhzhia, and was timed just ahead of peace talks in Istanbul on the anniversary of Ukraine's final nuclear disarmament under the Budapest Memorandum. Beyond the damage, the operation underscored Ukraine's long-range strike capabilities and brought the war home to previously untouched parts of Russia. A Russian missile struck a Ukrainian ground forces training unit in the Poltava region on the afternoon of Wednesday, June 4th. The ground forces confirmed the attack in a statement on Telegram, saying that timely security measures had helped to avert mass casualties. Thanks to timely and carefully thought-out security measures, we managed to avoid the worst, the statement read. The military credited the successful dispersal of personnel, use of shelters, and strict adherence to protocols during the air raid alert for saving the lives of troops present at the site. Unfortunately, there are wounded. All of them are receiving qualified medical assistance in specialized facilities. Doctors are doing everything possible to ensure their recovery, the statement added. A special commission has been formed to investigate the circumstances of the strike and assess the damage. The findings will be released upon the completion of the inquiry. This incident once again underscores the importance of constant vigilance, strict adherence to safety protocols, and readiness for any scenario amid ongoing Russian aggression, the ground forces said. Earlier on Wednesday, explosions were heard in Poltava during an air raid. The Poltava Regional Military Administration confirmed that a missile strike had hit a training unit within the Poltava community. At the time, soldiers were present at the training site conducting exercises. As previously reported by Kiev Post, a June 1st Russian missile strike on another Ukrainian land forces training site killed 12 and wounded more than 60. The commander of Ukraine's ground forces, Mikhailo Drapati, unexpectedly resigned on June 1st, taking full responsibility for a Russian missile strike on a military training center. In a public Facebook post, Drapati wrote, "I have decided to step down as commander of the ground forces. I was unable to make people follow my orders. I didn't push hard enough or change attitudes toward discipline. This is my responsibility." The missile hit the 239th Training Center the same day, causing heavy casualties despite most soldiers reportedly being in shelters. However, just 2 days later, on June 3rd, Drapati was appointed head of Ukraine's joint forces after meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky. He said he was asked to remain in service and has now taken on a new role. U.S. President Donald Trump had another phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday, where they discussed Ukraine's recent attacks on Russia and the Kremlin's promise to retaliate. Trump said the phone call with Putin lasted 1 hour and 15 minutes. "We discussed the attack on Russia's docked airplanes by Ukraine, and also various other attacks that have been taking place by both sides. It was a good conversation, but not a conversation that will lead to immediate peace," wrote Trump in the post on Truth Social. Trump was referring in part to the Operation Spiderweb drone attack on Russia's airfields on Sunday, which took out an estimated $5 to $7 billion worth of aircraft and equipment. The White House was apparently not given advance notice by Ukraine ahead of the attack. President Putin did say, and very strongly, that he will have to respond to the recent attack on the airfields, wrote Trump in the same post. Trump did not elaborate on how Russia may respond to the attacks, but Russia has launched record numbers of drones at Kiev and other Ukrainian cities in recent weeks. Trump has been lowering expectations for peace negotiations in recent weeks, as Ukraine and Russia seem no closer to a peace deal. Trump has consistently argued that he could negotiate peace in a direct meeting with Putin or in a trilateral meeting with the leaders of the U.S., Ukraine, and Russia, but Russian presidential spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on Tuesday that a meeting between the leaders is unlikely anytime soon. The Post went on to mention a potential role for Putin in negotiations over Iran and efforts to strike a deal to prevent Tehran from building a nuclear weapon. We also discussed Iran and the fact that time is running out on Iran's decision pertaining to nuclear weapons, which must be made quickly. I stated to President Putin that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and on this, I believe that we were in agreement. President Putin suggested that he will participate in the discussions with Iran and that he could perhaps be helpful in getting this brought to a rapid conclusion, wrote Trump. Iran has been a consistent backer of Moscow and has supplied Russia with Shahed drone technology, which is regularly used to attack Ukrainian cities. As Europe and the U.S. Congress push for more sanctions on Russia to bring Moscow to the negotiating table, President Trump has consistently asked for more time before responding. Ukrainian cyber operatives have hacked into the systems of the Tupalev Aerospace Design Bureau, a major Russian aircraft manufacturer specializing in strategic bombers. Sources cited by Suspilna TV said the operation was conducted by the main intelligence directorate, DIU, of Ukraine's Ministry of Defense. According to the sources, Ukrainian intelligence had been monitoring the Bureau's internal communications for some time before gaining access to more than 4.4 gigabytes of sensitive data. The leaked files include internal correspondence between company executives, personal data of employees, home addresses, CVs of engineers and designers, procurement documents, and minutes from closed-door meetings. As part of the attack, hackers defaced Tupalev's official website, posting an image of an owl gripping a Russian aircraft in its talons, a symbol often associated with Ukrainian military intelligence. DIU said the breach provides comprehensive insight into Tupalev's operations and personnel involved in maintaining Russia's strategic aviation fleet. Intelligence officials suggested the effects of the cyber attack will likely be visible both on the ground and in the air. Tupalev is a key player in Russia's defense sector. Its most notable aircraft include Tu-95, a turboprop-powered strategic bomber still in active service; Tu-160, a supersonic strategic bomber considered one of the most powerful military aircraft in the world; Tu-22M3, a long-range supersonic bomber. The cyber attack follows a series of Ukrainian strikes on Russian air bases. Satellite imagery has confirmed the destruction of at least 13 military aircraft at the Belaya and Olenya airfields during Spiderweb operation.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.